You can order the ABS sensor used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Turn your engine off and set the parking brake. Depending on the condition of the ABS sensor, you may have to remove the wheel knuckle so as to completely pull out the sensor. For safety reasons, you should anticipate this possibility. Measure the distance between the center of your wheel and the wheel arch. This will allow you to achieve an optimal tightening of the parts in their initial position. Loosen the stud bolts on the front wheels. Lift the front of your vehicle. We strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Honda Accord safely before carrying out this step. Place the vehicle on the jack stands. In order to change the front ABS sensor on your vehicle, you will need to take off the wheels to have full access. Don't forget to put the wheels under the vehicle. Using a small ratchet and a 10mm socket, unscrew the bolt holding the plastic bracket of the ABS sensor harness to the wheel knuckle. Using a ratchet and a 10mm socket, unscrew the nut holding the harness bracket. Then remove the support. Insert a small flathead screwdriver into the locking tabs of the plastic bracket and push them towards the center in order to disengage the bracket from the body. From the engine compartment, insert a long flathead screwdriver on one side and a fork on the other to access the ABS sensor connectors. To do this, pull on the tab and then on the connector. Once disconnected, you can remove the engine compartment connectors from the wheel arch. Turn the brake disc inward to make this operation easier. You can now see the ABS sensor. Using a ratchet, an extender, and a 10mm socket, unscrew the ABS sensor's retaining bolt. It's common for the components being removed to be seized up, so don't hesitate to brush them and to use penetrating oil to make removal easier. Using a 17mm wrench, pull out the sensor by jiggling it back and forth to try and loosen it. Unfortunately, on this vehicle, the sensor is very often seized up and impossible to remove. If this is the case, you will need to remove the wheel knuckle to properly remove the sensor. To remove the wheel knuckle, you need to remove the caliper assembly, the brake disc, the outer tie rod from the wheel knuckle, the upper and lower control arms ball joints, the CV axle from the wheel hub, the wheel knuckle. To do this, we recommend watching our video, How to Change the Honda Accord Front Wheel Bearing, where all of these steps are described. Secure the wheel knuckle in a vise. Spray the ABS sensor with penetrating oil from inside the wheel hub. Using a pin punch, hit the ABS sensor to push it outward. Once the sensor has been removed, you need to clean its slot thoroughly before installing the new one. Now you can put the wheel knuckle back in. To do this, we recommend watching our video, How to Change the Honda Accord Front Wheel Bearing, where all of these steps are described. Brush the surface where the ABS sensor and the wheel knuckle make contact with fine sandpaper. You can order the ABS sensor used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Take the new sensor. Insert the sensor into its housing. Hey, it's Alex from CarParts.com. If you enjoyed this video and want to support us, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, back to work. Then screw the retaining bolt back on using the ratchet. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Screw the bolt holding the plastic bracket of the ABS sensor harness to the wheel knuckle back on. Route the ABS sensor harness through the opening in the body. Put the metal bracket of the ABS sensor harness back on the upper control arm, then screw it back on. Next, clip the plastic bracket back onto the opening. From the engine compartment, reconnect the ABS sensor. If you had to remove the wheel knuckle to pull out the ABS sensor, don't forget this important step. In order not to cause damage, it is necessary to tighten the front retaining bolts in the vehicle on the ground position. Lift the wheel knuckle with the jack until the original measurement between the center of the wheel and the wheel arch is reached. Then complete the tightening of the holding bolts. Finish the tightening of the bolts with a torque wrench. Remove the jack. Then you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put your vehicle back on the ground before properly fixing the wheels in place. Remember to finish tightening the transmission nut if you had to remove it. Operation complete.